So being at the start of the new year, I thought it would be interesting to take a look back at the previous years with a close look at the adoption of AI among small businesses. So while looking forward, there are many amazing opportunities and possibilities in the pipeline, but having a look back and seeing how far AI has come in a short time frame is both humbling and motivating. So I think the landscape for SMEs has been significantly transformed by artificial intelligence in recent years, and AI has increasingly found its way into the daily and routine operations of smaller businesses across the spectrum in different areas, as we'll look into a little bit later. According to recent research, this transformation has been accelerating since 2020, with the adoption rates doubling in some sectors between 23 and 2025. And this article looks at AI adoption trends among SMEs, explores financial impacts, implementation challenges, and provides some insights from real world case studies. So, a quick preview of what we'll be covering. First of all, the AI adoption surge in SMEs, financial outcomes, key success factors, implementation challenges, sector specific adoption platform patterns, um, case studies and real world applications, some strategic recommendations for SMEs, and finally, with some key questions that businesses can ask themselves. So the accelerating pace of AI adoption is has been quite fascinating. So interest in AI adoption among academics within the SME sector has surged significantly as well, with a lot of reports coming out. But I think that one of the interesting highlights here is research showing that recognition of AI as a driver of innovation and competitive advantage among small businesses has increased substantially. And the U.S. Chamber of Commerce found that businesses have doubled their AI adoption in 2025, jumping from 39% to almost 65% in a single year. So this acceleration suggests that technological barriers that once prevented smaller organizations from embracing AI are gradually being dismantled. Research also indicates that AI-driven business analytics and forecasting systems directly improve financial performance by enhancing strategic decision-making capabilities. So a meta-analysis published in 2025 showed how AI-driven analytics enhance strategic decision-making in SMEs and reveals that organizations leveraging this technology reported stronger financial resilience and improved forecasting accuracy. Although the initial financial outlay for many businesses remains a significant perceived barrier, one counterintuitive finding suggests that the perception of financial limitations does not significantly hinder the actual adoption decision, indicating that maybe other factors are more relevant than the financial factor, so, such as skills and capabilities and not knowing, in some cases, not even being aware of what the AI possibilities are or applications are for a small business. So at the same time, the road to financial success is not guaranteed just by implementing AI systems. So according to S&P Global data, nearly half of companies abandon AI projects altogether. That doesn't mean that they necessarily abandon all use of AI. It's just that specific projects, as they were tracked, as many as half of these projects are not seen to fruition. So, which is said to be a sharp increase from the previous year. So it might suggest as well that a lot of the AI low-hanging fruit has already been picked by businesses, and also showing significant challenges in implementation and potentially value realization. So this high failure rate also, I think, underscores the importance of strategic planning and having realistic expectations while investing in AI technology. So there are several key determinants when it comes to what makes AI work for small businesses, and these determinants contribute to successful implementation in the SME context. So, for example, organizational readiness. Studies show that there is a need for a tailored AI readiness model for SMEs that differs from frameworks designed for larger enterprises. So, not a surprise when the scale is can be substantially different between small and large enterprises. So that, but that key components include of this framework would include strategic alignment, data management capabilities, and having a supportive organizational structure and the resources that go along with that supporting structure. Another area in terms of human capital. So internal competencies and skills emerge, of course, as critical success factors. Research from Spanish SMEs, for example, specifically identified the role of existing employee skills as a primary determinant of successful adoption, emphasizing the importance of competency and development for small businesses. The external ecosystem also has an impact. In this category, we're looking at the social influence and broader regional and sectoral ecosystems within which a business performs plays a significant role in encouraging adoption. So a study of Indonesian SMEs, for example, found that social influence impacts the decision to integrate AI technology, particularly, for example, in human resource management applications, which was the main topic of the report. Technology infrastructure also is a key driver. A firm's existing technology foundation serves as the bedrock for successful AI integration. Research shows that technological readiness is directly correlated with the likelihood of successful implementation. Not exactly a surprise in that regard, finding it essential for sustainable performance in SMEs, and particularly manufacturing SMEs, which was the source of this information. Then the strategic framework. So studies have also shown that structural frameworks for implementation, including a prescriptive framework for strategic adoption, and such models for assessing digital AI readiness have a key impact on eventual success. So such frameworks would emphasize the importance of aligning AI initiatives with broader business objectives. While many attempts have failed to adopt AI, many of these are due to implementation challenges. So despite potential benefits, small businesses face some key challenges, not the least of which is resource constraints and the financial limitations, lack of human capital, and just the human resources available to implement the systems. Data-related issues are also part of that. Poor data management practices or insufficient data quality to make AI systems useful for the business. Organizational resistance, as many employees see AI or talk about AI and they assume that it's coming to target their employment. And then there's a speed mismatch. So in other words, some research indicates that AI technology is evolving faster than corporate or business decision making can process. So this creates a fundamental tension for small businesses, which typically have more agile decision making, but less technical infrastructure and knowledge and resources in order to acquire or to hire knowledge from external sources. So looking at the different sectors and their adoption, not surprisingly, food and beverage is among the lowest, although there's some interesting applications coming out relevant to that. Healthcare is at the highest, and that is across the spectrum from everywhere from development of medicines where AI is having a huge impact, not on a small business scale, of course, for large companies, but also in terms of the supply chain and also patient management. So it's retail is a huge area that is seeing a lot of adoption. Of course, finance, I mean, that's something that there's a lot of talk about, but retail, manufacturing, again, management of systems, optimization of processes, and in the case of retail, the marketing aspect is quite key, and inventory management and other areas, similarly with transportation and fleet management. So a lot of interesting opportunities. One surprise me on this list was how low education is, but I think that that is also an area that we're going to see a huge amount of transition coming in the coming years. I mean, students are already using AI to help them write their reports, so I'm not sure this study exactly counts that part of it. So looking at some case studies. So for example, McKinsey had published not too long ago a retail analysis and found that as just noted, that AI systems can help to improve inventory turnover by 25%, and that's includes understanding customer preferences, but also reducing stockouts by 18%. So being able to identify the trends in the early stages, and that's a key benefit for many retailers. Forbes had an article not too long ago on customer service AI, and of course highlighted the 24/7 round-the-clock support possibilities, and that's also something I mentioned in a previous video. And in this case, a 50% reduction in response times, according to the case study that they had mentioned. Also, manufacturing is huge, as I just mentioned a few minutes ago, in terms of data quality and predicting inventory levels, and also on the market side, potential uptake and seasonal adjustments, things like that. Mega trends that tend to affect product purchases on a seasonal basis, or other factors that go into that. Even weather. I read this article about how weather and AI can not necessarily predict the weather, but take the weather forecast and then make predictions about what kind of business is going to, whether business goes up and down based on the weather patterns. Okay, so along with that, then there are some areas that SMEs can take a closer look and integrate these approaches or these strategies into their operations. So starting with an assessment to understand what is their level of readiness, and the kind of data that they have, and what problems that they need solving, and how AI might be a part of that. Starting small is key. And as we see, a lot of businesses have taken the first step in terms of integrating AI into their operations and making use of some of the AI tools. And so this is a key step. But then the next step has to be at some level to invest in the capabilities of the people within the business, or to acquire skills externally. And so that is part of building the organizational capabilities over time. Tracking the benefit of AI can be quite difficult, a little bit tricky sometimes, to know what is the actual ROI of the AI systems, and what their impact is in terms of revenue or cost. But as best as a business can do that, that then lays the foundation for the feedback loop that businesses can use to help improve their processes and systems, and better understand how AI can be of help. Of course, managing risks is part of that, so it's not all just also what makes it difficult to know what is the ROI is the impact on risk, which is not necessarily visible in the P&L or the balance sheet, but nonetheless an important consideration on understanding how AI can manage upside or downside risks. And then looking for collaborations where possible is either through paid support, or cooperation or partnerships with upstream suppliers, or downstream customers in the case of B2B applications or B2B arrangements. Things like that is then would be a future step for the strategic approach that businesses can take to help build their AI capabilities. So with that, I think there are a few questions that businesses can ask themselves to evaluate their level of readiness in AI. First of all, does the business have well-organized, accessible, and high-quality data systems in place? So having the right information to be able to plug into an LLM, and having the right knowledge about the processes and activities of the business is going to be an essential first step. Second, does the team within the business, does the staff have technical competencies to implement and manage AI solutions? So it's not necessarily something that requires a lot of deep technical capabilities to get started, but solving some of the data problems and integrating the systems and the data capture could require some technical competencies to solve these. And of course, AI itself requires a certain set of skills to implement effectively. Next question is, have you identified specific business problems or opportunities where AI could create measurable value? In most small businesses, that is going to be increase sales or reduce costs. But breaking that down further, what might be some opportunities within that if a business were to understand the trends in the market, and what areas where there may be gaps? There could be at the edge or at the margin some unique opportunities. And so these are the kinds of questions that AI could be put to use to help answer. Technical infrastructure, of course, is there enough of IT capability within the organization in terms of computing resources or ability to integrate data with the AI tools. And of course, security measures always a key part of that consideration, and change management. So, is the organization fundamentally ready to take the next steps? Do the employees see AI as being their co-pilot, that they're being something that helps enhance their value-added activities and enhance the work that the business does, rather than see it as a threat or something that's going to try to replace their jobs? Which AI can do that. That's certainly a legitimate concern. But if the business owner or the management conveys to the organization what the purpose of the AI is, how it's going to be used, and how it can add value to the customers, to the organization as a whole, these are the key themes to emphasize. And indeed, that's where AI is the strongest, is where it enhances the capabilities of the team as a whole. So with those thoughts, there are a lot of interesting things that we can look to in the coming year, and see how AI is going to continue to change the business landscape, and what new opportunities are going to come as a result of that. And that's a journey I'm very much looking forward to here in 2026. So thanks for tuning in, and have a great day ahead.